Hi, how are you? I hope everyone is doing well. Peace and blessings to everyone. Okay? Now, uh, I can play around, but I can also be very, very serious. And today, okay, now I haven't talked in a long time. I can talk about a lot of stuff, okay, but uh, I want to talk about this particular subject. And the question is why, or how, I'm sorry, how do doctors know that a person only has 3 to 5 days, or 5 to 7 days, or a week, or whatever? How do they know that a person only has that amount of time? How do they know? I mean, the Bible says only God knows the day and hour, but some kind of way a doctor knows that your loved one that's sick or that's dying or whatever is going to pass in 5 days. How do they know? Have you ever given that any thought? Okay? Now, I'm going to share with you a few facts, okay, as to how they know. You don't know, but some kind of way they know, okay? Now, here's a fact. A person can go without food for 2 to 3 months, right? 2 to 3 months, a person can go without food if they have water, okay? A person can live 2 to 3 months without food if they have water, right? But that changes with no food and no water. It is thought to be that a person will only have a week or 3 days, 3 days to a week. Okay? And the next fact is that the body needs water to carry out essential functions. Okay? The body needs water to carry out essential functions. And that's how they know. Okay? Uh, See, a lot of times when our loved one is sick, they're in the hospital, and you know you're there. The doctor comes in and says, they only have about 5 more days or 3 more days or whatever. They know that because they know what's going on in the background. Okay. Now I learned this, even though I may have known this stuff, but when you have a loved one that's dying and sick or whatever, sometimes what you know goes out the window, or you're so focused on your loved ones, the emotions are bubbling and boiling, and you're not in the right state of mind. You're not in a I don't know. Things change, okay? Now, when my sister was dying, and the doctors told me she only had 3 to 5 days to live, and I should get ready, get my family and stuff like that. What I did was I looked around. I looked around and I said, what is going on? Okay? And I realized that they had stopped the IV from running. Okay, that IV that has that bag with the water, the liquid in it, which is I don't know. I think they might call it a saline solution or something. It's like a mixture. It's usually a mixture of water, salt, and sugar. And while a person is sick, that helps to nourish the body, to to keep it hydrated, to keep those essential functions working. Okay. uh, and so a lot of times when we are in those moments, we're not paying any attention to that stuff. And then the environment can be deceiving to us. The reason we're not paying it any mind, for one, is because we see the IV is still hooked up, which the IV serves several purposes. It can be used to get that water into the body, and it is also used to administer medicines to the body. Okay? And so I remember looking, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then also my sister, I remember they had started giving her morphine. Okay? And I knew, I'm like, what is wrong? I said something was wrong, okay, because I was with her every day, right? And I could see, at first she was, to me, she seemed alert. She couldn't really talk, but I could have a conversation with her, and she could look at me and stuff like that. Okay? Yeah, she did do some sleeping. Oh, yeah. But they had started giving her morphine, which they didn't tell me, oh, we're giving her morphine now. But I knew, I'm like, wow, why is she sleeping so much? Why does she feel cold? And I was like, hey, we need some more blankets here, stuff like that. And so the thing is, at first I didn't realize, okay, I was trying to figure it out, because I'm like, how do they know what's going on here? Okay, and that's when I realized they were giving her the morphine. And see, the thing about morphine, even though they say, oh, it's to help keep them comfortable or whatever, but it is also doing something else, okay? And what it's doing is, excuse me, morphine slows down the body's functioning, okay? It slows down the heart. It slows down, it slows down all the functions of the body. Okay, it slows down the heart, which in turn, it slows down the brain, okay? And as a result, it slows down the oxygen supply to the brain, okay, for those bodily functions. And so that's how they know. And, okay, my thing is, the way I see it is that with that type of practice, you take out, what has been taken out of the equation is the possibility of a miracle. Okay, when you've got these type of forces at work, it's almost like the possibility of a miracle happening is most likely not going to happen. Okay, and so I just I thought that was an interesting subject to share with you, okay? Because a lot of times when we're in that situation, we're not paying those things any mind, okay? And so I remember telling the doctor, telling the nurse, look, I want you to cut the dose of morphine that you're giving her. I want you to cut it down, cut it in half. And sure enough, when they did that, she stopped sleeping so much, and I was able to talk to her, and she was able to stay alive until my mother got to the hospital. Until my mother got to the hospital and my mother got to spend time with her daughter. Okay? But, you know, I wish I had caught it before, because also what happens is once this process is in motion, okay, once the process of the body being deprived of food, of water, and then you're getting that medicine that slows down the vital functioning processes, it's kind of too late, sort of. Okay? So I want everyone to keep that in mind, okay? That a person, even though they can't eat, they're sick and they can't eat, they can survive for 2 to 3 months if they have water. And so also what I don't understand is, why is that a practice? Why is that practiced? Why would you let a person die of, what do you call it? Of dehydration? Why would you let that happen? Okay, so I'm just saying that the way the standard of care in that area is really sucks. It's sucked up. It's sick. Okay? So anyway, I do want to share that. I want you to be aware. Okay? Look around, look at the environment and say, hey, you know, if you have a loved one and you're told they only have 5 days to live, look around and see what's going on. Have they stopped giving them the IV fluid? Have they started giving them morphine and you know, the person seems out of it? You understand? Because why is it the decision of the doctor or the hospital to subscribe to this type of treatment? The doctor or nurse never said to me, well, we're going to stop giving her the fluids. We're going to start giving her morphine. Okay? That was never said to me. Okay? But they on their own decided that that is what they were going to do. And basically the average person that really doesn't have any medical experience wouldn't know. They wouldn't be aware of what was going on. Okay? Which, you know, so to me, that takes out the miracle part. Because why, if a person can live without food, but they can live with water for 2 to 3 months, how is it that a doctor or a hospital, or maybe even the insurance company, I don't know, decides that it's time for you to die? We're not going to give you any more water. And we're going to give you this other stuff. We're going to pump you up with this other stuff until you do die. Okay? I'm just... don't be mad at me. Okay? I'm just telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. That's how they know when a person only has 5 days. Okay, it's because they know that they've cut the water supply. They've cut the water, an essential need of the body to carry out the essential functions that the body needs to live. They know that that has taken place. They know that they have put in the order or whatever to cut the IV. They know that they've written that order to give this patient morphine. They know the patient can't eat. Okay, but I'm here to tell you to pay attention. Okay, because the way I see it, my sister could very well have came home from the hospital and lived another 2 to 3 months. Okay? She could have lived another 2 to 3 months. Okay? But I wasn't exactly aware of what was really happening. Okay, so when the doctor tells you they only have 5 days, 7 days, 3, whatever, look around. Look at that look go from the ceiling to the floor. And look, what's going on with the IV? What's going on with the medication? You can ask those questions and change it. Okay? So, I'm just saying. Just want you to know, I'm going to repeat these facts. A person can go without food or water for 2 to 3 months. A person can go without food for 2 to 3 months if they have water. But with no food, no water, it is thought to be about a week or really 3 to 5 days. The body needs water to carry out essential functions. Okay? Understand? So I hope this helps y'all, somebody. Okay? So stay tuned. I'm here, honey. I'm here. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or whatever, and I will try to answer them. Don't forget my SoundCloud. I'm on SoundCloud now under the Soundcast featuring the Lourdes Worldwide. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. I haven't put anything up yet, but I am. But I did want to share that with you. Okay, and in there I'm going to be featuring not just myself, but I am going to have a lot of fun with that. Take care.